This is the Watchman, given another clarion call to the Brotherhood. This week, I wanted to touch upon a lol-tastic headline entitled, Bank of Canada urges Star Trek fans to stop spocking their fivers. For those who don't know, the visage on the Canadian $5 bill of the unfortunate Prime Minister Sir Wilfrid Laurier lends itself to be turned into hilarious images of Mr. Spock from Star Trek, or even the fearsome Severus Snape of Harry Potter fame. With a few strokes of a pen and through brilliant artistry, these come alive, and no two are drawn the same way. Now, some stories circulating have tried to make this sound like it's a new phenomenon due somehow to the recent untimely passing of Leonard Nimoy. But actually, spocking loony fivers is a time-honored tradition going back for several years. It's just gotten a lot of press recently and a second wind as of late due to Mr. Nimoy's passing. Now, this story is hilarious. First of all, for this vintage quote that I found from the Bank of Canada, I quote, "The Bank of Canada feels that writing and markings on banknotes are inappropriate, as they are a symbol of our country and a source of national pride." It's insanely comical that the clowns in Ottawa and the Canadian Central Bank are demanding to actually be taken seriously. It's high comedy that they're demanding that Canadians respect them and respect their fake plastic money. My 5-year-old son would also laugh at this story because I've long tried to teach him that real wealth and money are silver and gold, and that paper debt notes are a cynical joke by a cabal of clowns. I'll never forget it. The very first time I ever put an honest-to-God ounce of silver in his little hand, his face lit up like a Christmas tree. He instinctively knew that here in his hand was something special. Okay, I've wanted to do everything in my power to impress upon him since his earliest days that silver is a special, precious, and coveted prize to be won. Now, I've tried to communicate this to him as often as possible, and it's been very easy to come across in this manner because, let's face it, we live in a fake world. There's no doubt about it. Everything, quote, official, from official news to official jobs numbers to GDP numbers to inflation numbers to the money to the politicians and even to these Chuck E. Cheese markets themselves are all fake, irredeemably fake. The fakeness of our world makes the deep truth of silver and gold all the more vitally important as they remain day by day, an increasingly more crucial anchor of reality in our false reality, our virtual reality system. Okay, but, my son, he treats his silver with respect. He knows that it's special, but his dollar bills? He doesn't treat them that way. I mean, he carries them around. He folds them up into little fans. He plays with them like they're toys. And that's appropriate, too, because in a way, they kind of are, in the sense that they're trying to symbolically mimic something in real life, as toys do. In this case, namely value. But value, true value, is always easily perceived when it's encountered. The Bank of Canada can get hot under the collar all they like, but you can't make someone respect and highly regard something that's not respectable, can you? Paper or plastic, quote, money is all they offer us for transacting. It's all the Western governments push to the masses. Paper or plastic, paper or plastic. The same two options you get, by the way, when you check out at the grocery store. Oh, but the difference is, at least at the grocery store, the bag you're being offered to carry your groceries out in isn't someone else's liability, isn't their debt. right? They're insisting somehow that Canadians take true pride in their full-on goofy plastic notes, that are soon to be polymer notes, by the way, in order to make this kind of drawing more difficult. But you simply can't do that. You simply cannot take fiat debt notes seriously. They don't lend themselves that kind of credence. They don't lend themselves to gravity, do they? In short, the Canadian authorities think they can somehow demand respect or conjure it up as easily as they could conjure up new debt notes. But respect doesn't work that way, does it, brothers? What these political and banking comedians will never understand is that you cannot force someone to respect you. Respect, unlike their currency, doesn't come cheap. It's precious, it's valuable, and above all, it must be earned. There's no substitute for working hard to earn respect. The clowns who have spent their entire political lives working for the transnational banking cabal, being their water boys, as they've helped weave webs of debts, lies, wars, intrigue, and false flags. They can demand to be taken seriously all they like, but real respect can and will only be earned. The plastic debt notes in Canada are being painted into lovable TV characters like Spock, because at least his character and his show, though fictional, at least represented something noble, something wholesome. Many Canadians actually respect a fictional sci-fi series and character more than they do their own currency. And why shouldn't they feel this way? While Ottawa, D.C., the City of London, or any other basically co-opted corporate entity can masquerade as something good, they're a fake, a lethal, toxic facade. They're not respectable at all, and neither is their currency. Both of them are total, irredeemable jokes. I truly hope Canadians keep giving their central bank and their government the mockery they've so richly earned, whatever their plastic or polymer debt notes may look like. For as long as their government or any government insists that debt should be their people's money, they deserve every barb, every jab of mockery we can bestow upon them. Okay, my sons already love and respect silver and gold, as they always tell me, but Daddy, we spend the bad money and save the good money, right? That's right, boys, you do. We will continue to stack and cling to real, wholesome items that deserve nay, command our respect. However, in a totally phony make-believe system, we will not respect paper rectangles or polymer-laden coupons splashed with faces of long-deceased politicians. We will continue to defy the wishes of you plutocrats in the West and disrespect both you and your playhouse money. I know that's got to be infuriating to you. I know that you wish we would embrace your debt coupons and reject true liberating wealth. But as Spock would have said, that is not logical, Captain. This is the Watchman signing out. Stay vigilant and bring the fight to them.